In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use the text column wizard in Microsoft Excel and how to utilize it properly. So the first thing you need to do is to open a worksheet called data, and what you simply need to do, what the text column wizard does is, let's say this is Wendy Parker and you wish to separate the first name and the surname into different columns. So we can do that using the text column wizard, and this section in the D or B column B, these are date of births. But according to Microsoft Excel, if we highlight the cell B2 and you click on home, Microsoft Excel does not know that this is a date of birth, but it has classified it into the general, no specific format. So what we simply need to do, the first, we are going to select all the names that we wish to transfer from text into columns. So you select all the names that you wish to convert into columns, and once you have done that, you need to go to data, click on text column. Okay, then the text column is going to ask you choose the file type that best describes your data. I'm going to choose delimited because the characters are separated by commas, maybe not separated by commas or tabs, but they are separated by spaces. And we cannot choose fixed width because then each person's name width is different, because the width between Michael and Mario, between their first and second name, the width is different, so you cannot choose the fixed width option, so you're going to choose the delimited. Then we click next. Then in the second step, it asks us, this screen lets you set the delimiters your data contains. Okay, so you can see how your text is affected in the preview below. So this data is not separated by tabs, but it is separated by spaces. Okay, then you click next. Okay, the third and last option in the text column wizard asks us to choose into what format that the data is going to be represented. We can either choose general or text, so I'm just going to leave it as general, then click finish. But before I click finish, I need to state where the information is going to be input. By default, it wants to put the information to destination A2, which is here. It wants to replace the previous information. So what I'm going to do, select column, and I'm going to place them in column B2, turn upwards, then click finish. And you can clearly see that the names are first name and surname, and they have been placed in two different columns. So the words, the names which went into column F, I'm simply going to put them here manually and remove those ones from column F. So I'm going to type here Di Filippo and remove the contents from column F. And I'm going to select this one, then Control B to make it bold, and double click on it to expand the names. So we are going to use the text column feature to change the date of birth into a format that is understood by Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to select all the date of birth of every individual. Sorry, need to do that again. Highlight, drag down, so we drag again, getting a problem doing that. Then since I've had all my information, just to make sure that we don't have errors. We go to data, then you click text to columns. Then because all the data has no fixed width, we are just going to use delimited. Then click next, and we're not going to choose any options because the date format has not been separated by using a tab, semicolon, comma, space, or other. We're just going to leave blank. Then click next, and we want to display it in date format, month, day, and year. Then before we click finish, we need to define the location where the information is going to be displayed. By default, it wants to replace the current information, so you need to pick a new column to display our information. So we are going to scroll here, then you are going to select F2, go back, then click finish, then double click over here, then here we write date of birth, then Control A. Yes, now we have changed the DOB from in column B into a format that is understood by Microsoft Excel. And if we highlight cell F2 and click on the Home tab, you can clearly see that Microsoft Excel understands that this is date. And that is how you use the text to column wizard to change names into columns, into different columns, first name and last name, and also to change the date of birth. So I'll see you in the next lesson.